Okay, back up and running. Very weird. Don't know what happened again. Frustrating when the stream just cuts out like that. Just popped up on screen. Broadcast lost. Lost connection. Very frustrating. How you doing, CNO Vlogs? Welcome to part two. Um, what happened? Asks Anthony. Not too sure. Just hadn't spotted it had died on the phone, but I got a PSN notification. Broadcast stopped. Connection lost. So very weird. Yeah, just a little bit of a hiccup. As soon as I realised what had happened, I paused, and we are about to get back underway. Give it another minute or so. Maybe not that long, just to let a few people find their way back. Plug my phone in while we're waiting. There we go. Baron is back. Welcome back, Baron. And Army is back as well. All right. And Mr. Water as well. Let's carry on then. So Oscar held off the attack from Max at the end of the Camel Strait, and we are trying to break away from him. Much easier to do breakaways like this midway through a stint when tyres are worn. And we have got the 1 second breakaway that we needed. Norris is closing in quite quickly on the back of Mick. Would dearly love to try and put some battery into Mick's car, but with Norris so close, I just can't at the moment. New fastest lap for Oscar, a 1:43.4. That's very close to what it was before. Yeah, very close. 75 thousandths of a second quicker. Schumacher holding off Norris. Has the DRS on to Verstappen. It should now get right in his wheel tracks. Going to leave mixed tyres as they are now. Not going to try and do any tyre saving with him. Going to keep pushing Oscar for this lap as well. Try and really stretch out that gap. Jurassic World Evolution, that's 2 years old now, isn't it? No, the second one, anyway. Evening, Jacob. Welcome back, Victor. All right, Oscar is gone, which is excellent news. We'll save what's left of the battery. He's done what he needs to. Now we're going to try and do something similar with Mick, but we've got to get some battery in the car first. So I've just got to hope that Norris doesn't throw it up the inside. As long as we have the DRS, we should be okay. Yeah, that's always the risk when you go into harvest mode.
That's tricky, doing a good job. Let's keep up.
Let's actually just up the tyre pace a touch more.
Pick up the pace a bit.
Now that we're getting into our pit windows. We're getting close to our pit windows. We'll charge up, or continue to charge up with Mick, and then we'll try and overtake both of them, give them that extra confidence again. Turn that off now. He's not in a position to squabble. We've got another yellow flag. It's not Oscar. That's all that matters. It's Leclerc. What a weekend he is having.
And it was involving Leclerc this time. Nothing at this point. And the car just locks. They took a gamble and it was just too late.
And he's dropped all the way down to 18th place again. That's where he started the sprint. Got himself up to 11th. Made a little bit of progress, and now he's all the way back in 11th and 18th again. Norris is absolutely flying right now. He is hammering the back of Max.
And recharge on, recharge on. Copy.
Mick is just dropping off a touch because he's harvesting. Stroll is closing, so I've got to be wary of that. Don't want Stroll to get the DRS as well. And Norris is making the move. Gap now 4.5 seconds at the front. Max will get the DRS on Norris, I think. Yes, he has. Mick just keeping an eye out behind them.
Okay, recharge on. Copy. Let's keep that gap down. Everything you've got.
Did I see Jurassic World Evolution 2? Yes, I played it, platinumed it, really enjoyed it. Hard mode is bloody hard. It says Zeus. Yes, it is. But we like a challenge. I'm really looking forward to the creator team in the new game coming out later this year. Going to be starting with low-level staff, low-level drivers. Really, basically, be running almost like a slightly better F2 team against F1 competition, and see how well we can build up from there. How long it takes us to build up as well. Mick's not got the pace, says Anthony. Well, he's running an older chassis, so he is lacking a little bit of straight line speed and a little bit of downforce compared to Oscar. But he's still quick.
We need to do what we can to recharge the battery.
Leclerc boxes. Comes out on medium tyres, so he's obviously done enough damage to those that he needs to get off them early. Is he the first to box? No, Bottas and Pourchaire box, but Bottas had that collision. I'm not sure why Pourchaire's boxed. It's a yellow flag. It's not one of the two cars we're chasing, which is frustrating.
We've got a yellow flag here.
Albon. Be interesting to see if he can get sacked in the creative team mode. I doubt it.
Sorry.
Because you'll be team owner as well, I would imagine. I don't think you'll be able to change teams in creative team. I think if you go down the original 10 teams, you'll have the option to move teams like you can now. But if you go down creative team route, then it'll be locked into that team. I'm just speculating, but that to me makes sense as to how they would separate those out. Evening, Daniel. Sainz into the pits. Pushing these tyres hard now. They're at the stage where the mediums are quicker. I'm going to box Mick at the end of this lap. I'd hoped I could get back in front of at least one of those two cars, but we'll box him this lap. We'll box Oscar on the next lap.
Copy. Box this lap.
Are they going to add transfer Lewis to Ferrari? I have no idea. They announced creative team mode. Yes, they did. It's the first thing they announced. There are some other features that they mentioned on a blog post, but if you look for the Frontier channel on YouTube, there is a 10-minute video, a segment of their last Unlocked live stream, where they actually did a little bit of a deep dive. It wasn't really much of a deep dive at all, but they did do a bit of information about Creator Team, and there will be more information to come in the following live streams at the end of every month that they do. Need a good stop. That's a good stop. 2.1 seconds. We'll take that. Where are we going to feed out? Can we beat Ocon out? Yes, we can. There he is in the background, so he's not even going to threaten us with DRS.
Recharge on. Bring the pack up.
What's going to be the name of my team? Undecided at the moment. I may just go JBPG Racing. I don't know. We'll see. I might resurrect a long dead F1 team. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It depends what the engine situation's like, whether I can bring my own engine into it or whether I have to run one of the 4 manufacturer engines.
Copy.
Can we do a poll on it? Maybe. Like I said, I'm going to wait till there's more information before I even start formulating a plan, but the main thing that's running through my head at the moment is that I do want to start with, absolute rookies. So F2 drivers, lower level staff from F2 teams, and step up that way kind of thing. So Oscar is out.
Back off. Focus on bringing the pack back up. Do split the coast. Okay, so let's look after these tyres.
And about 7 seconds gap between the two cars. It's not too bad. Cloud says Koenigsegg. No, I'm not going to do a Koenigsegg team. Brabham is one of those, possibly. I was thinking maybe Lamborghini. I could do Andretti. Tyrrell, that's another good one. Maybe Lotus. Now, there's a few teams out there that aren't around anymore that could be resurrected. Minardi, well, I can't really do Benetton because Benetton still technically exists. They're Alpine. Having gone through various different rebrands. Minardi are Alpha Tauri. Sorry, V-Carb. Formerly Alpha Tauri, formerly Toro Rosso, formerly Minardi. Ligier. Maybe. Jaguar. Jaguar is Red Bull. We've got a yellow flag.
Yellow, yellow.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, Verstappen crashed. Ah, okay, so he's done a little bit of wing damage and he will have scuffed his tyres, but he's lost a lot of time from that as well. Although he looked like he'd already dropped off quite a way off the back of Norris. Now 5 seconds off the back of him. Looks like he didn't take any tyre damage. New fastest lap for Charles Leclerc, who is on softs. I don't think I'm going to be able to... Oh no, he's on mediums. In that case, I might be able to beat that. Depends how easily I can get through this traffic here.
Recharge on.
Copy.
Trying to remember what happened to Jordan. I think Jordan became Force... No, but did Jordan become Force India? I think they did. Oop, that's the wrong DRS. There we go.
No saving required.
Yep, copy.
BMW's technically on the grid. BMW took ownership of Sauber. They were initially an engine supplier, then they bought the Sauber team, and then they sold the Sauber team and left F1 completely. March. Ah, wow, that's a team I hadn't even thought about. These two squabbling like this is not helping us.
So you can use energy.
Copy.
Big lift now.
Yep.
Gasly's got ahead of Max. Toyota. Yeah, Toyota just disappeared. They just sold everything off, so Toyota could come back as a resurrected team. Because BAR became Honda. Honda then sold their team to Braun, and that then became Mercedes. So Braun technically is still on the grid, as is the old Honda team.
Okay, mate, let's try and protect the tyre.
Copy.
Come on.
Copy.
Cooper or Van Wall. Yeah, like I said, there's loads of teams out there.
Copy.
You know, haven't really given it too much thought. Like I said, I want to wait and see what's going on with the engine situation before I start making a decision. Wait till we see some actual creator team gameplay. Maserati. Yeah, there's all sorts of options. I mean, I could just bring back an old engine supplier and run my own named team rather than resurrecting a team. We'll see.
It's good.
Copy.
More information is still needed. Russell boxes. He is out in 19th on new softs, just behind Giovinazzi. We are kind of stuck at the moment. We're only 8 seconds off Norris at the moment, though. And Max has got some serious damage to his car because he is slowly dropping away from Gasly. But not even slowly, you saw he was 2 seconds slower on that last lap. Mind you, I think Gasly was pushing on that lap. We do need to find a way through here.
We can just focus on charging a pack.
Yeah.
I'd love to get these overtaken. Norris's box. I'd love to overtake these guys before they pit.
Take some free air.
Just compromise my exit from the source a little bit there, but I also compromised Stroll.
And we need some big PU cooling. Could be.
Damn it, Stroll's going to get the slipstream. Can I outbrake him? Yes, I can. So Stroll is now a complete pit stop behind me. Yes, he's going to have softs to put on, but
Sweet.
Excellent.
he's a long way off.
Keep your pace up.
Norris is going to be a threat to Schumacher. He's only 2.7 seconds behind, and he's on softs to mix slightly warm mediums. You see, we are all over the back of Max. He's still not lapping that quick.
Looking good.
Oscar into peak confidence.
To use the free air.
Max not boxing. Hajar is, though. And there we go, we've got a pit stop on Verstappen.
Keep looking after these tyres. Need to focus.
What's the release date of F1 Manager 24? Nah, don't know, not been revealed yet. And we are 2.5 seconds off the back of Gasly, who hasn't stopped yet. It's cut to Schumacher. Stroll and Mick, sorry, Stroll and Max in front do need to stop. Hopefully we can catch them before they do that, so I can get that much needed confidence boost.
Let's push, come on.
Copy. Gasly's pitting.
Gasly's in for his stop for soft. Norris with our fastest lap, a 1:42.1. We are not beating that, I don't think. And this is a terrible stop for Gasly. Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess at the release date, I would say probably the end of July. That's what they did with the last game. Norris is closing in.
Overtake is available. Copy.
Max and Stroll could well box at the end of this lap. I would like to get at least one of them. Stroll is closing in on Max. Max is definitely lapping slow. He's got some structural damage to his car. Yeah, I messaged Holly Bennett earlier today just asking if I could go onto a mailing list if they have one to send out to creators with information packs, just so I can keep you guys up to date with when the new game's coming, you know, what features I can and can't maybe share extra information about. See if I get a response to that. New fastest lap again, this time for Hajar, 142.0. These soft tyres are quick. And unfortunately, I did not get what I wanted in terms of the...
Let's go recharge on.
Yeah.
the confidence boost. So Norris is going to be the biggest threat. Not Stroll. Not Max, certainly not Leclerc. Hajar could be on for some strong points tonight as well. He's currently P5 and he's right on the back of Sainz. I think everyone has stopped now and going to the end. Apart from, well, maybe Porsche and Bottas will have to stop again, given their current tyre wear rate. Did McLaren bring a huge upgrade? I'm starting to think they did. I haven't looked at them. But we will do that after the Grand Prix. Haven't looked at them in a while. Norris is a very highly rated driver as well. He's up there in the top four with Max, Charles, Russell, Norris. I think they're the top four drivers. I think Russell's number 2 at the moment. I think Leclerc's down in 4th. We'll double check that afterwards as well. And there we go, Hajar moving through into 4th. Gasly trying to follow him through. But they're 12 seconds off the back of us. Norris has got in front of us.
To recharge on. Copy.
Well, we'll try and protect the tyres. Charge up a little bit. But not at the same time, because that way is an easy way to get dropped.
Let's go. Yeah, copy.
What's his rating? In the 90s. In the low 90s. A yellow flag. It's not Oscar. It's another crash. It's Perez. No, it's Ocon.
That might be debris.
Ah, clumsy, clumsy, clumsy.
Yeah, that's it, guys. I got hit.
So Porsche also dropping down. He's having a whole weekend to forget,
There's
isn't he?
a yellow flag now.
Another crash, or is this the same one? What season did Hamilton and Alonso retire? Last season, I believe. I'm not sure if Alonso retired at the end of. I think Alonso was still racing last year. I'm trying to remember. Hamilton went off the grid last year and then retired at the end of the season. I'm not sure about Alonso, whether he retired at the end of. I think he was off the grid last year and is gone from the list this year completely, as is Mick. Lewis. That's 2 5-second penalties for Porsche there. Ooh. I don't think I can actually try and harvest.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'll lose too much time trying to stay with Norris. So his tyres are wearing out quick.
No lift and coast required from our side at the moment.
Copy. Let's pick our pace up, let's go. Copy. Use energy now.
And there's Porsche in the pits. New soft tyres. Fastest lap for Gasly. He's got ahead of Hajar now.
Disabled. DRS disabled.
Let's go recharge on.
Copy.
Trying to put Norris under a little bit of pressure. Confidence rating is making a huge difference in pace right now. If Mick was in peak confidence as well, he'd be staying with Norris quite comfortably. But it's a bit of a struggle at the moment. Looks like Norris has backed off a little bit. See what he does across the line. We are still within the 1 second this time.
Save fuel, save fuel.
Yeah, 143.0.
Okay, recharge on, good job, recharge on.
Copy. We need to focus on the energy now. Recharge on.
Yeah, copy.
Right, ready, push, push.
Copy.
Got to keep an eye on Gasly's pace. He is lapping quickly. Got the gap down to 8 seconds now.
No more lift and coast required.
Copy.
We need to push up, please.
12 laps to go.
Let's look after these tyres.
Copy.
Yeah, McLaren are definitely finding pace, at least with Norris anyway. Ocon, it's a little hard to judge because he's had a horrible race. He's been tagged. He's all the way down in 19th right now. But having a superstar driver certainly can make all the difference. Norris is turning the pace up again. I'm just going to have to be a little patient, I think. Another yellow flag. So many yellow flags here. It's another error for Max.
Now we're watching Max Verstappen here.
This could drop him out the points if he's not careful.
Struggling with the car, and they'll need to be mindful of the effect that that had on the tyres.
He's down in 8th place. 7 seconds ahead of Giovinazzi. Tyres in better shape. He definitely lost a bit of rubber there. Keep an eye on his pace. Mick is just not able to stay with Norris right now. So he's 4/10 slower than Oscar. That's partly down to the car, partly down to the level of confidence. And we're slower than Norris down to the tyres as well. Can't keep pushing these tyres though. So I have a choice. I can either risk slowing Oscar down to try and back Norris up, but that is a risk because if Norris gets in front I might not get the position back again, or I can hold position and just hope that the gap comes back down again, and I'm going to go with the second option. Just try and maintain the gap to Norris with Oscar, and hopefully Mick will be able to just gradually start closing back up again. We did find a couple of tenths on him on that lap. Gasly's got the gap down to just 6 seconds now. He is closing in. 10 laps to go. Going to be a strong haul of points for Aston Martin, at least in the main race. Max did a 1:43.9. He lost half a second to Giovinazzi, but he is lapping quicker than Valtteri. Although Russell is all over the back of him. Need Russell to get through here and get him chasing after Max. See if we can knock Max out of the points, or at least knock him down to 10th. That would be nice. I don't think we'll knock him out of the points. Oh, Russell with a little move there. I didn't expect that. Didn't see that coming. Beautiful little move. Another yellow flag.
totally sure what's happened. It seems to be Perez, though.
Oh. Perez and Leclerc having a coming together. So once again, Leclerc had just got himself back up towards like 12th place, 13th place, climbed up the rankings a little bit more. He was close to, I think he was 11th or 12th, sorry. And now he's all the way back down in 17th, and he's going to have damage on his car, and he's got a penalty. It's just not working for Red Bull this weekend. Porsche has served that 10 seconds that he got. But unless Leclerc stops again, he is going to have a 3-place penalty in the next Grand Prix, which will be Zandvoort. Mick has almost closed in on the back of Norris. Norris's tyres starting to wear, and Leclerc is in. So change of tyres. Is there going to be a wing change as well? Don't think so. See a bit of side pod scuffing there. Little bit of rubber on the right side pod. See if we can get a shot of that. There you see the contact there. I wonder if that actually translates into side pod damage. It's so rare now that we ever see side pod damage. I don't think I've ever actually had damaged side pods in a race in this version of the game, or at least not since launch. That seemed to go away with the first patch or two. Another yellow flag. What is going on today? Everyone just seems to have forgotten how to drive.
Yellow flag ahead.
Copy. There's no recharge on.
But this is what happened.
Porsche's just come
Now
out
with
on
the
brand new tyres.
And they just can't keep on the track. And they might want to take
Almost
a look
hit
at
the
floor of
wall.
the car there.
Jesus Christ.
Recharge on.
It's a bit of a clown car show today.
Okay, we'd like you to slow down, please. Copy.
There's Gasly in the background, 5.5 seconds behind us and closing. Might as well keep the yellow flag out all race. Well, no, because then I can't overtake. Max has got ahead of Sainz. Sainz's tyres just not able to keep going to the same pace.
Just think about looking after this tyre where we need to. Copy.
Norris's pace has seriously dropped off. 1:43.9. He's having to drive defensively as well because of the pressure that Mick's putting him under, which is probably slowing him down even more. Just hanging back at the moment, charging up. Get some extra fuel and picking my time, ready for a breakaway. Can't leave it too long. Gasly is lurking. Hajar still in for good points in 6th place there. That's 8 points for Alfa Romeo if he can hold that position. 9.5 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Six and a half laps to go.
Okay, mate, no more lift and coast needed.
Copy.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Gasly's got the gap down to just 3.5 seconds. Norris with a 1:44 on that last lap. DRS wide open. There's the overspeed. Crushed it under braking. Now Mick can try and blitz away. Let Gasly and Norris resume hostilities from earlier in the race. And let us sail on by. Can have a fastest lap attempt with Oscar while his confidence is still high.
Let's take a gap.
Yep, copy.
And energy is available.
Copy.
Unlikely I'm going to get it, but yeah, we'll see what we can do. I couldn't get the clear run when I needed to, when I had the tyres. Now I've got the clear run, but I don't have the tyres. 1:41.7. It's about 1.5 seconds too slow, I think. 1:40.5. So 1.2 seconds too slow. Personal best for Oscar in the first sector. If either of my drivers are going to do it, it's going to be Oscar. Higher confidence, quick car. Slightly better rated driver. It's very close between the two of them. Here is Oscar. It is a personal best in the middle as well. Mick improves in the middle.
Four laps to
1:41.4. Yeah, just no pace left.
We need lift and coast.
Copy.
Bring the pack up.
Copy.
But we've now established a 3-second gap to Norris, nearly 3.5 seconds. And Norris's pace is just not where it was. Gasly is hunting him down. There he is. And Hajar has caught Stroll again. Could yet get 5th place. What's Max's pace like at the moment? 1:43.2. That's not bad. It's enough to secure 7th place. And he's not going to catch Hajar unless Hajar makes a mistake. Gasly now just 1.5 seconds behind Norris. He is really flying tonight. He has been slower than Stroll for most of the season, but tonight it's been Gasly's night.
Three laps to go.
And he's going to get DRS. Where has this pace come from Gasly? Got some exploring to do in the stats. Can't really check the cars properly because there'll be some damaged parts that need to be replaced, no doubt.
Slightly bigger lift and coast in all areas, please.
Copy.
So we won't get reliable readings until the day of Zandvoort. But we can certainly check out driver ratings and stuff like that. We'll do the summer break tomorrow before Zandvoort.
Keep your pace up.
Just give Mick just a little bit more tyre. Do not want to let Norris and Gasly start to hunt back down again. And the way Gasly's going, he's definitely going to be a threat if we're not careful. Another yellow flag.
And here
My
we've
God,
got
how
a
many yellow
flag.
flags have we had tonight? Joe just removing himself from the equation as Gasly goes up the inside into La Source. This will give Norris the DRS as they come out of Radion at the top of the hill. But I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with it because Gasly's just on a tear right now. There's Mick, not that far ahead, just 2.5 seconds up the road. This is why I saved a little bit of the battery, just in case I needed to fend anyone off on the last lap. Oh man, Gasly is absolutely flying. He just took 0.5 second out of Schumacher.
Push, push.
Understood.
That's another 0.5 second. One 41.4. Man, he took nearly 2 seconds out of us on that lap. 1.9 seconds.
recharge on, please. Recharge on.
Copy.
This is close. This is very close. Gasly now inside the 1 second. There's no more DRS. But in another lap, Gasly would have got us. There we go. Whew, look at that. What a close finish that was in the end. Another win for Oscar Piastri. Another second place for Mick, but we had to work for that.
The win. And the winner today, it's Oscar Piastri.
And that's what happens when you drive with such skill and passion. They barely put a foot wrong.
Gasly will get the podium ahead of Norris. Stroll in 5th place, just holds off Isaac Hajar. There you see the gap, just 3.5 tenths, very close there. Max comes home in 7th place, but he is 11.2 seconds back from this fight here that we didn't really pay much attention to. At the bottom end of the grid, miserable afternoon for Charles Leclerc. Look how far off he is. And he's going to cross the line in 18th place, which is where he qualified. My God, that's crazy. He ran the whole gamut there. He started 18th, finished 11th, pushed forward a couple of extra places, dropped all the way back again, and ended up exactly where he started in the sprint. That's a very hectic and fruitless weekend for Charles Leclerc, and that means Mick is going to pull out a huge lead over him. Another 18 points between the two drivers.
Now, wasn't it an excellent showing from Oscar Piastri?
What a brilliant race that was for the team. They just did everything right, the driver included, of course.
And you love to see this. The whole team celebrating this magnificent result. The man from down under, Oscar Piastri, heads up to our podium.
And that's excellent, seeing both the team's drivers up there on the podium together.
And there you have it, a smiley podium lineup at the Belgian Grand Prix. And down there in the Alpha Tauri garage, Karun, what would they be making of that race, do you think?
I doubt they could be much happier. A win and a podium place. What a great way to round out the weekend.
And that is that for this weekend's F1 action here in Belgium.
For the next round, Formula One won't be straying too far. We'll be heading to the dunes of Zandvoort and the lightning speed of the Dutch Grand Prix.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is another win for Oscar. Maximum points not quite available. Didn't get the fastest lap, but 25 more points, and that is a big gain. Another 19 points away from Max Verstappen. the championship is starting to look more and more likely for Oscar. And Mick in second place gets 18 more points over Charles Leclerc. He may even possibly jump Max. Let's see. He was 10 behind. He's outscored by 12. So yeah, Mick now should jump ahead of Max Verstappen. Fantastic news. Pierre Gasly up 13 places to finish in third. What a race he had. 11 places gained for Giovinazzi, starting at the back of the grid with that penalty, and also having had a miserable sprint, being retired. Not a great race for Max, as we said. Not a great race for George either. Albon, decent recovery, up 7 places. Score all the way to the bottom there. And just... It's a very different story in the bottom there. Look, you've got Zhou spinning out and making mistakes and losing 3 places. Maloney, don't think he made a mistake, but he just didn't have a great race. Ocon punted off. Leclerc, all sorts of mistakes for him. Perez, punted off by Pourchaire. And Pourchaire himself down 5 places as well. A long way off at the back there. Miserable afternoon for so many drivers tonight, in complete contrast to the other half of the grid, who had a wonderful race. In the drivers' standings, it's 33 points for Oscar across the weekend, including the sprint, 25 for Schumacher, who does move clear of Max by 3 points in the end, thanks to that extra point from the sprint as well. So we now have a 1-2 in the championship. That's very, very nice indeed. Charles Leclerc, a distant 4th. No points at all this weekend. Huge, huge missed opportunity for him. George Russell only gets 2 points. Had a real chance to try and close the gap to Leclerc, but couldn't really do much with it. Still 33 behind him. Good points for Stroll. He's on 88 points. Norris outscoring him by 1, has got the gap to just 1 point. And 16 points for Gasly as well, keeping up with Norris, closing in on his teammate. Sainz gets some points tonight, 6 points, moves him a little bit further away from his teammate, going down to the lower part of the standings. 11 points for Hajar, sees him jump all the way up to 13th. He's on 18 points now and moves above Esteban Ocon and Giovinazzi and Pourchaire and Maloney as well. Still no further points for Mercedes, who are having a miserable year. In the Constructors' Championship, it is 58 points for us and only 12 for Red Bull. We now have a monster gap. That is 147 points clear of Red Bull going into the halfway stage. Aston Martin move above Ferrari. Huge points haul for Aston Martin tonight, 31 over just 2 for Ferrari, and they are now 25 points clear of the Italian team. McLaren jump above Alpine, those two trading places again, just 2 points between them. It's going to be a tight fight between them. Williams with 2 more points, keeping them away from Haas, who are now under pressure from Alfa Romeo, just 2 behind them after those points from Hajar tonight, and Mercedes just drowning at the bottom there. Now 18 points behind and not in any likelihood of scoring those 18 points anytime soon. Let's take a look at the pit stops. We had the fastest stop with a 2.1. Red Bull was second with Charles Leclerc's 2.2. Then Oscar with a 2.3. Max not on there at all. So once again, big point haul over Red Bull. We're on 440, they're on 362. We outscored them by 22 points tonight, so the gap is now 78 points. That's a pretty healthy margin. Very pleased with that. Ferrari in third, 10 points gained. They're a long way off Red Bull. They're a long way ahead of McLaren. They're kind of in no man's land at the moment. Bit of a tight fight still between Alpine and Mercedes. Mercedes closing the gap. They're just 4 behind now. Another couple of points for Aston Martin. Williams finally get off the board. So it's just Alfa Romeo and Haas now who have yet to register a time in the top 10. Let's take a look on our report cards across the whole weekend. So 3 successful overtakes, 6 failed for Mick. 5 successful defences, 6 failed. Oscar, a little bit busier. 8 successful attacks, 8 failed. 10 successful defences, just the 4 failed. But had the pace in both cars where we needed it. No experience for Ollie this weekend, but we will probably give him a run out in Zandvoort. And as far as the sponsors go, everyone was kept nice and happy, apart from the fastest lap incentive, but with no penalty for that. Nice to see. So we come out with another 1.5 mil profit on top of our base rate, 4.6 in total. There is a spare suspension that we can put onto a car when we need it. And it's now time for the mid-season board review. So our target this season was to finish second. We are currently first by a comfortable margin. And our long-term objective, starting this year, we had 4 years to do it, was to win the Constructors' Championship. We are well on course to do that in our first season of this new long-term objective, which is awesome. An extra 1.5 mil from the board because they have such high confidence in us. For obvious reasons, we are absolutely smashing it out of the park at the moment. And let's check our inbox. So, I failed underfloor on Oscar's car, failed chassis and front wing on Mick's car. Checking the F2 results, Embry Plum took the F2 podium ahead of Duda and Nagel. And in the F3 race, it was Fisher ahead of Barnard and Murata. And that's it for our inbox. Let's replace these parts where we can. So spare chassis goes on. Still don't have a spare C3 yet. Waiting for that to come through. Spare front wing goes on. Side pods will break after the next Grand Prix, but we are getting spares coming through for those. And we need to replace the underfloor there as well. So we've got 1 spare underfloor. Do we have any more of those coming through? Yes, we do. Another underfloor on the way. So, let's see. Got enough spare suspensions. Rear wings are going to be replaced. We've got 25 days to go until the next Grand Prix. The rear wings will be done in 23 days. So the rear wings are not going to be ready for Zandvoort. So, better make 1 spare rear wing just in case. Just in case something happens. Right, facility wise, did anything break? Not quite. Okay, we're up to 14.8 mil. Very nice. Scouting is going through. It's checking with the board. As you would imagine, delighted with Spa. We are absolutely on a roll this season. Right, let's check out those driver ratings. So, Max overall is a 95. Charles has moved back into second place with a 94 overall. Russell in third with a 93. Lando in fourth, also on a 93. And then it's a little gap. Gasly on 91, ahead of Stroll, who's a 90. Perez is a 90. And it's Ocon, Joe, and Oscar Piastri is on that top list. Yeah, he's now a top 10 driver. That is awesome news. Then it's Porsche, Sonoda, who still is without a team. Interesting to see if he gets snapped up anywhere next season. Schumacher is in 13th in the rankings, ahead of Sainz and Magnussen, Bottas, Albon, Maloney, Hajar, Behrman, our reserve driver, who is better than Vashaw, Giovinazzi, Hello, and then lots of free agents, and then some reserves. Right, I kind of want to see what McLaren's car looks like, but we know it's going to be an unrealistic representation because parts won't have been swapped over yet. So we'll have to wait until we do tomorrow for that. I think I've got everything done that I need to get done tonight. So we will end it right there. That is the end of tonight's Grand Prix stream. A lovely double 1-2 in the sprint and the main race has really helped us out in the constructor standings, especially with such a miserable afternoon for Charles Leclerc. Getting knocked out in qualifying, starting the sprint in 18th place, and then not quite getting into the top 10 before the main race, and then just on the cusp of points and getting dropped all the way back down after a miserable afternoon, all the way back down to where he started in 18th. No points for him, and not great points either for Max. So we really have stretched a comfortable lead in both championships. As you can see, we now have a 1-2 in the Drivers' Championship. Mick 3 points ahead of Max, and Oscar comfortably ahead right now. And Leclerc nowhere at the moment, 49 points behind his teammate. That is a big gap that we've opened up. Charles Leclerc's title chance is gone. We have double his points, literally double his points with Oscar. So Charles Leclerc is out of the title picture. And it's not going to be that much longer if things continue like this before Mick and Max are also out of the picture. Oscar is kind of running away with it this year. And it's been a long time coming, but I'm so pleased that we are finally at that kind of point. We do need to start thinking about what we're going to do at the end of this season, whether we stay and try and defend or whether we move on. I am leaning towards moving on to a new team. The season will continue, or the series will continue as hardcore, but maybe we move on to a new team and try and resurrect one of the teams that's struggling at the moment. There are a few to choose from. You know, obviously the obvious one is Mercedes, but we have done some stuff with Mercedes in this game. Ferrari are not horrible, but they're not where they should be. In terms of pace, they're a long way off. I mean, look at the amount of points that they're scoring compared to Red Bull and Tauri. They're a long way back. So maybe we could try and resurrect Ferrari. That might be more doable in the remaining time we have left before the new game releases. Mercedes might be a bit too much. I don't know. And as I say, we have done stuff with Mercedes, but we have time to ponder that decision before we get to the end of this season. We may stay and do another season with AlphaTauri. May see if we can defend the title. I don't know yet. Time will tell. But that's it from me for tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob. I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow of 8 p.m. here in the UK for the summer break and Zandvoort. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.